Is something big about to happen with SoFi this week? It sure feels like it. While most investors are busy chasing the latest hype, some of the most interesting moves are quietly forming in the background, and SoFi could be right at the center of it. If you're paying attention, this could be your early signal before the crowd wakes up. This week is going to be driven by one major theme: uncertainty. And where there's uncertainty, there's always opportunity. Hello everyone. Welcome to Daily Stock Update. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads and also enter our giveaway. But before that, alert, this is not a financial advice video. All eyes are on the Federal Reserve because we've got a lineup of Fed officials speaking almost every single day this week, some days even two in one day. These aren't just boring press events. These are moments that can change investor sentiment with a single sentence. The market is on edge, and every Fed comment about inflation or interest rates could be a spark that lights the fire. Just last Friday, we got consumer sentiment data from Michigan that came in weaker than expected. It made people rethink the timing of rate cuts. While June might be off the table now, many are betting that July could be when we finally see the first cut. And here's the key part. Companies like SoFi stand to benefit directly. Lower rates usually mean more borrowing activity. That's more people taking out personal loans, refinancing their student debt, and even getting into the housing market. SoFi is positioned to serve them all, and lower rates make SoFi's offerings even more attractive. Meanwhile, there's something else brewing that could temporarily spook markets: the recent downgrade of the U.S. credit outlook by Moody's. Now, before you panic, let's put it in perspective. This kind of downgrade has happened before. Back in August 2023, there was a similar move, and the markets barely blinked. A small dip, and then everything went back to normal. Expect the same thing here. Maybe a little noise at the start of the week, but nothing long-lasting. But here's what makes this week different. Analysts are slowly becoming more optimistic about SoFi's future. Revenue projections are starting to climb, and some of the milestones originally expected late next year are now possibly within reach much sooner. For example, crossing the billion-dollar revenue mark in a single quarter, a major achievement, is looking more and more likely to happen ahead of schedule. And when analysts quietly raise their expectations, institutions start to pay attention. There's no flashy press release or viral headline about this, but behind the scenes, it means growing confidence in the company's fundamentals. While no major public events are scheduled for SoFi this week, the quiet buildup is just as important. But let's not ignore the pressure still facing the stock. Short sellers haven't gone away. In fact, they're still quite active, and in a week filled with unpredictable headlines, that could increase volatility. A sudden drop in the market or some unexpected Fed comment could temporarily drive SoFi down just from fear alone. But to long-term investors, these short-term dips can be a gift. If you believe in SoFi's long-term growth story, these moments are when you get your best prices. And let's not forget another wild card: tariffs. There's been talk of increasing tariffs, particularly if we get any updates from political leaders like Trump or from U.S.-Europe trade talks. If something gets announced or even hinted at, it could ripple across the market. That kind of macroeconomic news doesn't directly hit SoFi's business, but it can shift the mood of the entire market, which in turn affects every stock. That's why it's important to be aware. Zooming out a bit, SoFi is doing what a lot of other fintechs are failing to do. It's growing responsibly. It's not just about acquiring users or hyping new features. SoFi actually owns a banking charter, which gives it unique power. That allows it to operate like a real bank while still innovating like a tech company. It can generate revenue from both sides of the financial equation, lending and deposits. That makes SoFi different. It's not just chasing the next trend, it's building an ecosystem. All of this paints a picture of a company with long-term potential, even if the short-term noise continues. At the end of the day, Investing is about understanding what you're buying, not just reacting to headlines. SoFi might not go viral this week. It might not jump 20% overnight, but it is quietly getting stronger, attracting analyst support and preparing for a future where it's not just another fintech, it's a household name in banking. Whether or not you invest now is your call, but at the very least, keep this company on your radar. Because weeks like this, quiet, uncertain, filled with distractions, are exactly when smart investors start positioning themselves for what comes next. Friends, that's all we have for you today. What is your opinion about today's video? Get involved and let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.